Hi, and welcome to Coaching Mission International's 15th anniversary celebration. Whatever your connection is to CMI, or if this is your introduction to us, we are so glad you could join us for this milestone celebration. Prayer team members, alumni, coaches, trainers, givers, trainees, friends, and family members, thank you for being with us. During this event, we want to take the opportunity to reflect on the last 15 years to celebrate what God has done through CMI. We want to reflect on 15 years of this true ministry of encouragement, celebrate the milestones, and take a look at what's ahead. Now, some may wonder why we focus solely on global workers to accomplish our mission. We do it because global workers face many challenges that have proven to be obstacles to their effectiveness in their work. Challenges such as discouragement, loneliness, hardships, relational stress, loss of financial support, difficult physical and emotional circumstances. We could go on and on. These mission workers are motivated by a strong purpose. However, as they live out their calling, they are physically disconnected from core support systems, family, friends, pastoral leaders, people they trust to speak encouragement into their lives. Without that core support, many mission workers find it difficult to meet the challenges each day with the same energy and drive they had when they first arrived on the field. While working with great purpose, they may also feel the drain from isolation and opposition. Simply put, they can wear out. And if they remain unsupported, they may burn out. Coaching Mission International provides high-quality leadership coaching and coach training from skilled experts to help mission workers overcome these challenges so they can effectively fulfill their calling to advance God's kingdom. At CMI, we like to think of ourselves like Aaron and Hur. These two servants of God came alongside Moses when he could no longer hold up his hands while the Israelites battled. When Aaron and Hur held up Moses' hands, they helped ensure victory for the Lord's people. We're doing the same thing. We support these battle-weary workers for greater kingdom impact. We're out to help them win in God's name. Our mission is to multiply coaching for missions for greater kingdom impact. Coaching is a proven, thought-provoking conversational process that both inspires and engages people to unlock their God-given potential, maximize their growth, and support the fulfillment of their calling. When a missionary receives transformational coaching or coach training, they're strengthened, they grow in their leadership, they see a greater impact in their work, and they're more effective and fulfilled in life and ministry. They no longer feel alone, discouraged, or lacking the tools or support they need to overcome their challenges and be effective in their kingdom impact. In 2004, an initial group of 6 top mission leaders received professional coaching and coach training. These strategic leaders became passionate about the impact coaching had on their own lives and caught a vision for how it could impact others in their organization. That same organization then issued a challenge to the group's trainer and our founder, Tina Stoltzfus-Horst. Make coaching available to all 2,000 of the South Asia field staff. Coaching Mission International was born as a result of this challenge. A board was formed, professionally trained Christian coaches were recruited, intercessors volunteered to pray, and CMI incorporated in the fall of 2006, 15 years ago. After that first major coaching project, which started in the fall of 2007, we saw great results. Leaders reported feeling more supported, ministry calls were clarified, and they realized significant improvement in their spiritual lives. The model was working. Coaching was supporting and developing mission leaders. Seeing the need for more cross-culturally trained mission coaches, CMI started our very first official training cohort in 2009 with 24 trainees. Since our founding, we have trained over 500 mission leaders serving in 54 countries. Through 2020, our coaches and trainees have provided over 65,000 hours of coaching to more than 4,100 mission workers in 110 countries. Our continued focus is to impact nations by upholding leaders on the front lines of mission work to help them overcome the challenges and struggles they face so they can thrive and flourish in life and ministry. As I mentioned earlier, the person who said yes to God's call to provide that initial training in South Asia and then start CMI is our founder, Tina Stoltzfus-Horst. She has this message to share with us.
Hi, I'm Tina Stolzfus-Horst, founder of CMI. Thanks for joining us today for CMI's 15th birthday. Birthdays are a time to look forward and a time to look back, a time for reflection. And I've done some reminiscing with God over the last few months about some of the early days of CMI's history. One of the beautiful things about CMI is that it was founded on prayer. The shape of the ministry really was formed through words and pictures and scriptures that God gave us. Back in 2006, in the fall, we had just filed our papers for incorporation. It was an anxious time and an exciting time. I brought to this crazy vision no board experience, no fundraising experience, and no missionary experience. But what I did have was a sense of call, the support of my family, and a great group of committed board members. And I also had a great big God. In those early months, God gave me a picture that I remember clearly. It was a picture of someone standing out in a huge field. There were other workers off in the distance, but this one had a big pouch of seed, and she was just flinging it out, just all around her, over and over again. And the words that went with that picture were, "Fling all the seed you have." It was a picture of reckless abandon, of joy, sacrifice, generosity. And the words that went with it really gave me the reassurance that I needed. What I've given you is enough. Give it all away. CMI was founded with a vision that every mission worker would have access to the power of transformative, Christ-centered, culturally appropriate missions coaching. This is still the vision that CMI has today. It's a mission that I believe in. It's a mission I feel God believes in. And I believe He wants to see that mission fulfilled. As we look forward to the future of CMI, these foundational building blocks are still needed. The vision will take called and committed people all over the world, people who are praying, giving, and working, with a spirit of generosity and sacrifice, gaining skills and resources and giving them away, with trust in God, partnering with Jesus out of joy and trust, joining together to see God's vision fulfilled. And the beauty of it is, God is going ahead of us. It's not on our shoulders to see this vision fulfilled. That's up to God. Our part is to listen, follow, and trust. He originated the vision, and He will see it come to fruition. What He's giving us to fulfill this vision is more than enough. We don't have to save seed for next year. We can trust Him. We can give it all away. So as we look ahead, let's work together in a spirit of sacrifice, generosity, and joy. We know we have a big God, a faithful God. Let's run after Him and see this vision fulfilled while we fling all the seed we have. Happy birthday, CMI. I look forward to the day that we can celebrate the harvest together. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tina, for that encouragement and for being obedient to God's call to start CMI 15 years ago. Thousands of lives have been impacted as a result of your faithfulness. A few minutes ago, I mentioned the number of hours of coaching that have been provided and the number of lives that have been touched. But more important than the numbers are the stories of impact and transformation from those we've coached and trained. Remember, we exist to encourage and support mission workers so they can have the kingdom impact they're called to make. We're happy to have some of these workers we've served over the years share their stories with you.
Hi, I'm Judith Korsgren. I'm living and working in Stockholm, Sweden, although I've lived and worked many years in Paraguay, Latin America. I want to thank and honor CMI today for their investment in me. I took the Global Coach Training Program, 2014 two-year program, which included cross-cultural personality and life purpose coaching. And it had a great impact on my life and ministry together with my husband, first in Latin America and then in other parts of the world. I had the privilege of continuing to do the Coach Trainer program, and now I'm able not only to coach people and see them connect with God's presence and His purposes for their lives, but also to train people in coaching and to be able to both coach well and take coaching tools into the life and ministry in different parts of the world. CMI invested in me not only in the training, but also in personal coaching and followed me in many years in different parts of my life. And I really recommend that what they say in upholding leaders, reaching nations by upholding leaders, is something that is integrated in every part of their work. Thank you, CMI, for your investment. May God continue to bless you in the future, and happy anniversary.
Hi, สวัสดีครับ My name is Kavin Nampaipong Odir. I serve with Grace International School as a Human Resources Director in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I received coach training with CMI in 2017, and it impacted me personally. Coaching changed my mindset about leadership and how to lead people, to empower them, not to control them, to not give orders and tell them what to do. I learned to listen and ask good questions. Coaching changed the way I view people, even my wife and my kids, as well as the people that I minister to, because one of the coaching values is to believe in people. It trained me to look for the best in people, and it made a huge impact in my life and the people around me. And the most important way coaching impacted me personally was the change in perception of myself with Father God. He values and believes in me, and He has a good plan, and it helps me to see my client in the same way. Coaching has impacted my ministry too, in two parts. One is training, and the other is coaching. In the beginning of my ministry, I trained Christian leaders, family, and churches in many areas. But when I was trained in coaching, this changed my methodology and style of training. Instead of leading, I start by asking good questions to stimulate their thinking, and I challenge them to apply action steps from what they learned. And I'm so excited to introduce coaching to leaders and churches. It will help them like it helped me to change their mindset, to empower people and show them how to lead others through basic coaching skills. In Thailand, it's hard to find someone who can train in Christian coaching to help leaders use such amazing tools as they walk alongside their people. It's a privilege that God gave me a chance to impact coaching skill to many leaders, pastors, and believers in many places and churches in Thailand. Not only in my work, but God extended my coaching to impact many leaders and believers related to their marriage, parenting, personal finance, leadership, and personality development, and help them discover God's given gift and calling so they can impact the sphere of their influence. So I'm so grateful to God that He introduced me to the coaching world through CMI, because it gave me a chance to find my passion and life purpose, which is to serve God to develop leaders and strengthen their families so they can impact the world for Christ. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณครับ CMI สวัสดีครับ
My wife and I have served in pioneering situations among unreached people groups for many years. When I started considering being trained as a coach, it was important to me to be trained by people who have similar values to the values we hold dear in our hearts. I believe the Lord led me to CMI, where I started my training. For many, many years, I was passionate about leadership development, about following the strategy of Jesus, who gave himself to a few who would in turn impact the multitudes. I was exposed and trained by people who were passionate about leadership development, but to be honest, did not always have a good grasp of how to do it. When I started to coach and experience how I was able to help leaders take tangible steps forward, I was thrilled. To be able to serve leaders, to not only grow in what God is calling them to do, but also serve them by helping them grow into who He is calling them to be. What an incredible privilege. Probably my number one passion in life is to encounter Jesus and experience Him speaking to me. I've experienced and seen the impact of that in my own life. When I was at my own on-site while being trained as a coach, I volunteered to be coached, and what started as a normal coaching conversation turned into a powerful encounter I had with the Lord. I believe this opened my eyes to see the possibilities of what can happen during a normal coaching session. Being able to serve people by helping them process their hearts and to facilitate encounters with Jesus makes my heart overflow with gratitude and joy.
Hello, I'm Brian Humboldt. I'm a member of the MCT class of 2013 at CMI. I'm also a board member. I love talking about CMI. I love bragging about the impact that CMI is having in the lives of many people around the world, frontline workers, those who are serving in difficult places in God's kingdom. And I just want to say, I love these guys. I'm so glad to be a part of what they're doing. And I've just appreciated the impact that coaching has had on my own life in sorting out things that I needed to deal with and needed help, and having the opportunity to do the same thing for others. And these are top drawer, top-notch people. I'm just so proud of each one of them and glad to be a part of what they're doing. I was really blessed to be introduced to CMI by a friend of mine who was also a member of one of the early cohorts. And I just got to tell you, this is the place to be. And I just want to say thank you to all of you that are supporting CMI already. Thank you for those that are considering doing so. And please just dive in. This is the place to be and the things to be involved with. So really appreciate you being here. Thanks very much.
My name is Sam Abalo. I'm a pastor with Living Word Worship Center here in Sydney, Australia. I got into coaching 2 years ago through a relationship with Vic and Gwen, whom I have known for the past 16 years and do some work with. And at that stage, I was kind of a bit not too sure of what the future holds. I've been pastoring the one church for about 24 years then, and I felt a bit kind of unsettled. I felt something had to be different, but I wasn't sure what it was. And so when the opportunity came for me to be coached as part of a previous training, I felt, oh, this is what I'm missing. So I asked my coach where he got his training. He pointed me in the direction of CMI, and then I enrolled, and I have not regretted it at all. I feel it's one of the best decisions I took to get into coaching. The training is so practical. The way it's structured is so useful. I felt valued, encouraged, strengthened. I got what I was looking for as well. I realized that that kind of unsettled feeling was just an invitation to explore again what my being and my doing are meant to be and how I'm meant to position myself. And that kind of really helped me make some personal changes. I'm still in the church, but my role is being redefined so that I can bring my best to it. And the coaching really is what has triggered this transformation in me personally. I see it has impacted the way I relate within my family. I'm calmer, more joyful, more settled, more in tune. And I've always believed in encouraging people, but I think the coaching really helped me see the value of that and to include that the more in what I do. Beyond that, I have kind of extended it and applying it within the church context. We've run coach training, basic coach training 3 times this year, and the feedback has been amazing. It's been amazing. People have really felt blessed to be part of it and just main point they take out of it is the heart of a coach, which I feel underlines the whole coaching philosophy that CMI brings, the heart of a coach, which is a radical belief in people practiced in a disciplined and consistent manner. So that attitude is beginning to permeate the leadership and into the congregation as well. And I'm so excited. I've had the privilege to coach across continents, Africa, the UK, the US, into India as well. And the feedback has been so amazing. So I really, really appreciate what CMI is doing. And I encourage you to keep forging ahead. I talk about it all the time, and I keep referring people to CMI because I know the difference that training with CMI has made for me personally and ministry-wise. So thank you. Akpelo, akpe.
Namaste. This is Shikha from India. Coaching Mission International आज 15 वर्ष पुगेकोमा CMI सित जोड्नु भएको हरेक जनालाई मेरो तर्फबाट हार्दिक बधाई अनि शुभेच्छा छ। I came to know about coaching when I was at a period of transition, so the coaching process has helped me to take confident decisions and move ahead with clarity. In a way, coaching helped me have a sense of direction and focus. The more I'm coached now, the more I'm able to set realistic goals and achieve them in set time. What I love about coaching is it has helped me understand and realize that I have the potential to generate creative solutions for my own problems. So coaching has definitely stretched me to think more and act accordingly. I believe that the process is very empowering. And it's such a privilege to be a part of CMI and offer the opportunity to people within and outside my own culture and nation. I enjoy helping people recognize their own potential and maximize it. The biggest joy for me as a coach is witnessing the eureka moments in my clients when, just by the help of some questions, they are able to generate numerous possibilities to move towards their goals. It is very fulfilling to help people see who they are, what they want, and how to get there. I thank Coaching Mission International for providing me with this tool to serve people better, and I thank the amazing staff team that is helping me become a better coach to serve other people and nations. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Keisha Capers.
And I'm Kathy Maurer. And we are both graduates of the 2009, the
very first
missions coach training cohort in CMI.
I've had about 22 years in cross-cultural work, and coaching came into my life during a time of transition, just deciding, does God still have something for me to do in the nations? And as I started my coach training journey, I realized that coaching would be a tool, a very significant tool that God would use to continue to impact the nations.
Yeah, I have been doing missions for 21 years, cross-cultural work for 21 years. And when I came into the first coach training, I actually was just looking for some tools to be able to enhance what I already did. And so I didn't realize that the transition that I was in at the time, knowing, one of the things that I experienced on the field was watching other people who didn't seem to have the life in them anymore. They had the calling, they had the giftings, they had the talent, but there was just something there was no life anymore in them. And so coming into the coach training, as I was learning about coaching, I realized that this could really bring great impact into other mission workers' lives that were doing amazing things. So who knew that God was going to take us as a team to back into the nations, particularly at that time, and still Asia, to bring coaching and coach training and come alongside other mission workers on the field?
Yeah, I think one of the things for myself is that as I started my coach journey, I received a personal coach, and that was so key in my life. That helped me to get refocused, to clarify my values and the things that God had called me to. And I think for both of us, we've experienced and we see that out there on the field, cross-cultural workers need greater support. And I believe that coaching and coach training can be and has been that instrument to strengthen workers on the field.
Yeah, definitely. We have been going as a team, the two of us, for the last 7 years, it will be 7 years in 2022. But CMI has been serving in Asia for about 10 years at this point. And so the impact is great in the nations, and particularly in Asia.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a story of some of those that we've equipped and we've served. I think overall what I've seen is those on the field in Asia in particular, especially we've done an extensive work in Thailand. And I remember when we first started, many of those national Thai workers said, coaching is not going to work. It's just not going to work here. People want you to tell them what to do. But I've just heard testimony after testimony of how coaching has really not only brought wholeness and healing to people, but it's set them free and refocused them on the call that God has on their life.
Yeah. I even heard a story the other day about how coaching is impacting even discipleship of new believers. And so just even seeing that it's impacting the evangelistic efforts has been amazing to watch. And we're just honored that we get to carry coaching as a cup of cold water to those who really are thirsty and need a drink.
So I am so personally grateful for CMI's investment in my life, and I'm excited that I can work and partner with CMI to invest in other lives on the field.
So, happy 15th anniversary.
Yep.
Happy 15th anniversary, CMI.
Hello everyone, my name is Avril and I bring greetings to you from Bangkok, Thailand. Congratulations CMI on your 15th anniversary. I'm grateful to be part of this coaching community. Thank you for bringing your training to Asia and impacting all of us who live and serve in this part of the world.
Hello, I'm Viola Jackson, recent graduate from Coaching Mission International's Global Coach Training Program. I have been sharing with anyone who will listen about how much this graduation and this program really mean to me. This will be my 4th time graduating in my lifetime, and this one by far means the most. 2 years ago, when I began the program, I had recently returned from the mission field. I was working part-time teaching English online, which equates to not making a lot of money. And so I started without the slightest clue as to how God was going to bring me through, not only financially, but I also wondered, do I really have what it takes to be a coach, like for real? Now, all I can do is look back in total awe of God and thank Him for placing me in the best program that I know of, Coaching Mission International. My trainers were par excellence. They created the most judgment-free environment that I think I've ever been a part of. And I say that without exaggerating. And they made it so okay to make mistakes that you couldn't help but learn and grow and have a desire to somehow emulate what they so skillfully and authentically imparted. My heart is full. A million thanks to God, first and foremost, for doing what only He can do. And a million thanks to all of you, CMI. I love you and I treasure you. And I just want to thank you for being such a significant part of my transformation process in becoming a coach.
Hi, I'm Patty Stallings, and I served in Asia for 24 years and now am working for the home office and living in the US. I received my coach training with CMI in 2009, the very first cohort. And at the time, I had no idea why I was going through this training, except it was intriguing to me and it fit some of the criteria I had been looking for. But in reality, I can see that it was such a huge turning point in the way that I interacted with people. I felt like the training gave me the skills and heart attitude and mindset to be able to interact with people in a way I always longed to, but I just didn't quite know how. And so I've really appreciated in the way that that shaped my relationships with family and friends and supporters and those on the field who I was interacting with. And I just feel like it made me a better friend, a better sister, a better daughter, a better mother, better wife. And so I'm really, really grateful. But then that impact also has rolled out into impacting our organization pretty significantly as we've brought more and more of those principles of coaching into our training of our teachers and into training of team leaders and member care specialists. And as we've explored what coaching could look like and what coaching skills might benefit those who had leadership roles, it's become pretty significant in a shift in our culture. And so I'm really, really grateful for the way that CMI has trained and has been just so generous with their belief system of how to train well and how to coach well and how that's impacted us. I'm just really, really grateful for the training opportunity and then being invited to be a part of the training team. I often say CMI is my tribe. It's a group of people who are like-hearted and like-minded in so many ways. And I just want to thank you, CMI. Thank you for your investment in me personally and through me, investment in so many others. Blessings.
I hope through these testimonies you can clearly see the impact CMI has had on the lives of these mission workers, those they serve, and the eternal impact in the nations. Our vision is that every mission worker and mission-sending organization is empowered by transformational, cross-cultural, Christ-centered coaching as they advance God's kingdom. Now, that's a big God-sized vision. We can't do that on our own. But with God's guidance, we will continue to work to fulfill that vision to the best of our ability. In the last couple of years, we have been working behind the scenes to strengthen our training material for our courses. This has taken a lot of time and effort, but we feel it has been worth it to raise the standards and quality of the training we provide so we can raise the standard and quality of the coaching our mission trainees and graduates are providing to others. The certifications we have pursued for our training programs are professional level, which more and more trainees have been requesting so they can serve in closed countries and have professional credentials. This will also allow us to better serve more mission coaches who would like advanced training to increase their skills. In the last 18 months, we, like the rest of the world, had to make changes in response to COVID. We've always done our foundational training in person, but we had to make changes in order to offer that course completely online. Just a few weeks ago, we completed our third online week-long training intensive in the last 13 months. COVID continues to impact our primary audience, global mission workers. It's been particularly difficult on them as so many of them have experienced a great deal of transition and disruption in this season. Early in COVID, we served many global workers by providing free coaching and webinars to help them deal with the transitions they were facing. In the next few years, we have a desire to take introductory workshops and even our foundational training to parts of the world where a variety of languages are spoken: Spanish, Thai, and Chinese. We would also like to take training to the continent of Africa to impact workers and national leaders serving there. We would like to strengthen, encourage, and equip the global community of mission coaches by developing a vibrant mission coaching network to meet their unique ongoing needs. We want to partner with more organizations and serve them by helping them integrate coaching skills and a coaching approach into the work they are doing. And in order to fulfill this God-sized vision, an increase in donations through partnership with you will make this a reality. For our 15th anniversary celebration, we have a goal of raising $15,000. $10,000 of that $15,000 goal will come through a wonderful matching grant opportunity. We're very excited about this. An organization and some of our existing faithful givers have already committed $5,000 towards this matching fund. We are trusting God to help us raise $5,000 more from new givers to match that commitment. That will give us $10,000 towards the goal of $15,000. We're also trusting God to provide the other $5,000 from other new givers and existing givers like you. Would you prayerfully consider joining us in accomplishing this God-sized vision by becoming a monthly giver through our Coaching Mission Impact Partner Program? Become a CMI partner by committing to at least $30 a month. We're so grateful for our CMI partners. We really couldn't do this work without them. However you give and whatever you give, every dollar makes a difference. There's information on the screen and on the Facebook event page that you can link to, as well as the mailing information if you prefer to send a check. Thank you for your prayerful consideration and response to what God prompts you to do. Thanks again for being a part of this special celebration event. We are in awe of what God has accomplished in the first 15 years, and we are very much looking forward to what He has in store for us in the next 15. God bless you, and goodbye.